If we're being frank, obsession is an absolute devil. It can make you do things beyond your imagination. It doesn't matter what age you are, your obsession can make you go to the lengths of extremity that usually turn out to be your hamartia. Something along these lines we will find out in our story of the day. Welcome to Movie Recall. In today's video, we'll be going through the 2016 comedy thriller film Better Watch Out. It's time to recall, let's get started, turn on subtitles, and spoilers ahead. The story starts with a 17-year-old girl named Ashley who comes to a suburban family to babysit their son on Christmas. The little boy's name is Luke, who is 12 years old. Both of his parents are going to a party, so Ashley is there. This is not the first time Ashley is babysitting Luke. She's been doing it on and off, and the little boy has had a thing for Ashley for quite a while. As soon as Luke's parents leave, he asks Ashley if she feels like watching a movie. Ashley tells him that she has to make a call, and after that, she will surely watch the movie with him. She then goes on and calls her boyfriend, who is hell-bent on meeting her on Christmas night, but Ashley refuses as she's watching over Luke. After that, they start watching a horror movie. Luke takes out a bottle of champagne and starts drinking. He does this to show off to Ashley that he is not a kid anymore. He acts like a big boy and tries to act really cool to impress Ashley, but Ashley snatches the bottle out of his hand and goes to the kitchen to leave the bottle there. She is still in the kitchen when she receives a call from Ricky once again, and she starts talking and drinking. Luke comes to the kitchen, picks up the bottle of champagne, and they both go to the room and start watching the movie. While they are watching the movie, Luke tries to make a move on Ashley as he tries to kiss her. It does not sit well with Ashley, and she stops him. She tells him that he's a kid and that he should not indulge in such things just yet. Just after this happened, Ashley receives a call from an anonymous person who tells her that he can see her right now. Ashley goes to the window, but she finds no one there. But as she turns towards the window again, she sees a statue of Santa Claus. Seeing that, she gets a little bewildered. Then she sees that the backyard door gets opened on its own. She gets suspicious and thinks that someone has broken into the house and now they are trying to play some mind games with them. Ashley rushes towards the door and shuts the door. After that, she asks Luke to give her the phone so that she could call 911. But as Luke throws the phone towards her, it falls into the aquarium. After that, someone knocks at the door. Both of them get scared, but they go towards the door to check. As they open the door, they find no one there. After a moment, Luke's friend Garrett suddenly appears, scaring the hell out of both Ashley and Luke. He seems very happy with himself for successfully pranking both of them. Ashley asks him whether he was the one making weird noises out there in the backyard, to which Garrett says he was never in the backyard. Just then, they hear the noise of breaking glass from the upstairs room. Now Ashley has confirmed that there is someone else who is posing a danger to them. She grabs a knife and starts going upstairs. When they get to the room, they see that the glass of the window has been broken. Ashley tries to call the police, but she cannot find the network. They then go to Luke's room and try to inform the police using the laptop, but again, they are unable to get any signals. Ashley then takes Luke downstairs so that she could look for the house's security panel, but to her horror, Luke tells her that there is no security panel in their house. This is when Ashley decides to go to the police, but seems like the luck is not with her. The tires of her car have been punctured. Now she starts to realize that this seems like a plan and that they are being trapped. She gets really scared. She locks the door of the house. And this is when Garrett comes downstairs carrying a brick with "You leave, you die" carved on the brick. Garrett gets really scared and runs out of the house. This is where they hear a shot and Garrett falls to the ground. Apparently, he's been shot. Ashley, scared for her life, again shuts the main door of the house. Luke tells her that there's a gun in his father's room, but as they go upstairs to get the gun, they find out that someone has already broken into the house. The guy is carrying a shotgun and he is searching every room. Both of them go to the attic and hide there. Luke then carefully gets into his father's room and gets the gun. They even hide in a closet, but to their bad luck, the toy that is already there starts making a high noise. That noise leads the man into Luke's room and he tries looking for them. This is when Ashley notices that the mask worn by the man is Luke's mask. Ashley gets suspicious that it could be a prank and asks the guy to remove the mask. This is when the cat comes out of the bag. That guy is none other than Luke's friend Garrett. Ashley now understands that Luke and Garrett both planned the whole thing just to impress her. Luke had planned that he would first get Ashley in a really scary situation, and then he would save her, be a hero in her eyes, and she will be impressed. And this is where Luke's obsession with Ashley starts to reflect in the story. Their plot gets discovered and Ashley gets extremely pissed off at both of them. The shotgun carried by Luke, even that gun is a real one. Ashley gives both the boys a piece of her mind, telling them that both of them are out of their minds. She tells Luke that he has gone mental and he needs therapy. Ashley then goes to call Luke's parents. Luke follows Ashley and tries to stop her. He slaps Ashley near the stairs. Ashley falls off the stairs and goes unconscious. Garrett and Luke uses a duct tape to tie Ashley in the chair. When Ashley comes to her senses, she asks them to untie her, but they force her to play a truth or dare at gunpoint. This is when Ashley desperately tries to scare the boys by saying that Luke's parents are about to be home and she will tell them everything. Garrett gets scared and decides to leave, but Luke convinces him to stay. Luke then tries to get Ashley drunk, but she knocks the bottle out of his hand, causing it to fall and break. This is when the doorbell rings and Ashley cries for help, but Luke duct tapes her mouth. He goes to the door to see who is there, and it's Ashley's boyfriend Ricky at the door. Luke tries his best not to let Ricky enter the house, but he's insistent, saying he just wants to give flowers to Ashley. He enters the house. Just as he goes upstairs to look for Ashley, Luke tries to hit him with a baseball bat but misses. Ricky grabs him and asks him, "Where is Ashley?" Garrett gets there and points the shotgun at Ricky. After that, Luke hits Ricky with the baseball bat right on the head, knocking the man unconscious right there. Garrett starts to get really nervous and asks Luke to put an end to this madness, but Luke seems to be having too much fun being a criminal. They tie up Ricky on the chair next to Ashley. Ashley is shocked to see Ricky on the next chair. Luke tells her that he is the one who texted Ricky to come here. Garrett gets annoyed over this and asks him why he's doing all this. Luke asks him to go sit in a corner and gets Ashley's phone out of the aquarium. The phone was still working. Luke calls Ashley's ex-boyfriend Jeremy and invites him to come over. Meanwhile, Ashley manages to get one of her hands free using a piece of glass. Due to all the tension, Garrett starts smoking weed. Luke takes it out of his hand and forcibly makes Ricky smoke weed. Then he takes him to the hall and plans to hit him with a paint can, just like a scene from the movie Home Alone. He tries to hit, but misses. Garrett gets really unsettled by all of this and asks him to stop. However, Luke wants to try to hit once more, but Ashley manages to get free and gets there carrying a gun. She points the gun at Luke. Luke drops the paint can that hits Ricky on the head, and he dies right there at the moment. Ashley starts crying, which makes Luke happy, and he smiles like he has triumphed. This is how obsessed the boy is to prove that he is not a kid anymore. This is what his obsession to Ashley makes him do. Ashley says that she is going to shoot Luke, but as she tries to shoot, she finds out that the gun does not have any bullets. She runs out of the house. Luke asks Garrett to follow her. He scares him by saying that if anyone finds out what they've done, they're gonna go to jail. After hearing this, Garrett runs after Ashley, but he is not able to catch her. In the meantime, Luke gets there and hits Ashley with a brick on her head, knocking her unconscious. They again take her home and tie her up. Garrett then asks Luke why did he kill Ricky. Luke, being the bitchy and shrewd boy he is, tells Garrett that Garrett is actually the one who got high on weed and killed Ricky. Luke further adds that Garrett now has to do whatever he says. This is the only way he can be safe. Then he asks Garrett to keep an eye on Ashley and goes out of the house because he's expecting Ashley's ex-boyfriend, Jeremy. As soon as Jeremy gets there, he starts looking for Ashley, but Luke shows up. He tells him that Ashley has asked him to write an apology letter. On the other hand, Garrett, who's been scared for quite a while now, starts feeling bad for Ashley. Ashley repeatedly asks him to untie her. Jeremy, on the other hand, is busy writing the apology letter for Ashley. As he's writing, Luke gets his neck in a rope, using an engine, manages to hang Jeremy on a tree. Now he's murdered even the ex-boyfriend of the girl he has a thing for. In the house, Garrett decides to untie Ashley and get started on it. He then asks Ashley to forgive him for all he's done. He even gives her a kiss on the cheek. Amidst all this, Luke gets there. Upon seeing this, he gets really angry and shoots Garrett. Garrett does not die with that one bullet and starts crying for help and pain. Luke again shoots Garrett, and this time, the kid dies. Seeing all this, Ashley again goes unconscious, and Luke stabs her neck with a knife. He now thinks that he's done all he wanted and seems pretty satisfied with himself. He starts cleaning up the house and sets everything in a way that would seem like Jeremy and Ricky got into a fight, and this is also why Ashley lost her life. After he has set up everything, he goes to his bed and waits for his parents to come home. When the parents come home, Luke's mother starts shouting as she sees all the chaos, all the bodies inside her house. She gets worried for Luke and starts looking for him. She goes to his room and finds him in his bed. A sigh of relief, of course, for the mother. She calls the police and the police get there, and Luke acts all innocent and keeps asking them what happened in the house. He acts like he doesn't know a thing and has been sleeping for a long time. A police officer shouts that one of them is still alive, which scares the hell out of Luke. When he looks out the window, he sees Ashley is still alive. When he meets Ashley's eyes, she gives him a well-deserved middle finger. The officer tells that she was able to place a piece of duct tape over the stab wound, which stopped the bleeding. This is how she is still alive, and now she is being rushed to the hospital. Luke then says to his mother that he is really concerned about Ashley and that he wants to go see her. Well, the boy wants to finish the business. Yet another story that reflects nothing but the catastrophe that one's obsession is capable of causing. It kills. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new movie recaps.